Nanny Faye Chrisley has been looking to a higher power amid her son, Todd Chrisley's prison sentence. He and his wife, Julie Chrisley, have been incarcerated since January. It has not been easy on their children and very rough on Faye, who had battled and beat bladder cancer. So how is the true matriarch making it through these rough times? Read on for more details. Nanny Faye looking to God amid Todd's prison sentence. It has been a rough 3 months since Todd and Julie Chrisley went to prison for tax fraud. He will serve 12 years while she is serving 7. That being said, they left behind their 3 children together, Savannah, Grayson, and Chase, plus Todd's children from his first marriage, Kyle and Lindsay as well, and Kyle's daughter, Chloe, who they've raised. Finally, Todd's mother, Nanny Faye, has always been an integral part of the family. She is a fan favorite on Chrisley Knows Best and is known for her gambling and her antics. Faye has no problem speaking her mind, but had battled bladder cancer, which broke everyone's hearts. She credited her daughter-in-law Julie for helping her come out on the other side. Now, with Julie and Todd away, how is Faye holding up? According to People, Nanny Faye opened up on her granddaughter, Lindsay Chrisley's podcast, The Southern Tea. "My heart is broke. I don't know that I have been this broken in many days, but I have to ask God to give me strength and courage to get through it, because not everybody is treated with justice. Not everything is fair," Faye revealed. The 79-year-old added, "But you know we have to get up. I tell you children, we have to get up and be like the tree planted by the water. We shall not be moved. Let people see that we're really the people that we are. Get up, do the right thing. Be kind and let God take over." Nanny Faye maintained that she will keep on a strong face because she is the mother and grandmother. More so, she knows that she is a good person, and that is what matters the most. Though she had a candid conversation with Nanny Faye, Lindsay Chrisley admitted she has yet to see Julie. Fortunately, her sister Savannah and grandmother have and said she is doing well. However, Lindsay has submitted her paperwork and is just waiting on approval. Apparently, it is much harder to get through to where Julie is than to where Todd is spending his days. At least they all have each other to lean on. Do you admire Nanny Faye's strength during all of this stress? Is she a force to be reckoned with? Let us know in the comments below. The sun was setting over the sprawling Chrisley estate, casting a warm glow on the carefully manicured lawn that Nanny Faye had tended to with loving hands. She sat on the porch, the gentle breeze ruffling her silver hair as she watched the world around her. It had been a whirlwind of emotions since the news broke about her son Todd's prison sentence, and each passing day seemed to weigh heavier on her heart. Nanny Faye had always been the rock of her family, a beacon of strength in times of trouble. But as she rocked back and forth in her favorite chair, she felt a stirring within her, a longing for comfort, guidance, and understanding. The cares of life had always been manageable, but this felt insurmountable. She closed her eyes and took a deep breath, allowing the sounds of nature to envelop her. Birds chirped softly in the distance, and the faint rustle of leaves filled the air. But amid the serenity, her mind was a tempest of worry. Todd, her baby boy, was facing a future filled with uncertainty. How could she guide him through this dark time? How could she hold her family together when everything felt so fragile? "Lord, I need you now more than ever," she whispered, her voice barely audible. Nanny Faye had always been a woman of faith, but now she felt a deep, urgent need to connect with God. In moments of despair, she found solace in prayer. It was her way of seeking clarity, a way to channel her pain into something greater. As the evening deepened, Nanny Faye decided to take a walk around the garden. The flowers were in full bloom, their colors vibrant against the twilight sky. With each step, she recalled the laughter shared on this very lawn, the family gatherings, the holiday celebrations, and the joyous moments that seemed to fade into the background now that the shadows loomed large. She paused by the rose bushes, lovingly pruning a wilted stem. "Oh, Todd, what have you gotten yourself into?" she murmured. The thought of her son in prison, away from the love of his family, pierced her heart. Nanny Faye could hardly comprehend the gravity of his situation. Yet, deep within her, she understood that life had its trials. The gentle sound of laughter broke her reverie. It was Chloe, her granddaughter, playing with her friends in the yard. Their carefree giggles tugged at Nanny Faye's heartstrings, reminding her of the innocence and joy that still existed. "Chloe!" Nanny Faye called out. The little girl stopped mid-laugh, turning to her grandmother with wide eyes. "Come here for a moment, sweetheart." Chloe bounded over, her energy infectious. "What's up, Nanny Faye?" "Sit with me for a bit," Nanny Faye said, patting the space beside her on the porch. As Chloe settled in, Nanny Faye took a moment to look at her, seeing a reflection of herself in those bright, curious eyes. "Chloe, do you know what faith is?" she asked, her voice gentle. Chloe frowned, her brow furrowing in thought. "It's like believing in something you can't see, right?" "Exactly, darling." Nanny Faye smiled, feeling a spark of hope. "Sometimes we go through tough times and it's hard to understand why things happen the way they do. But faith is what helps us get through. It's what keeps us grounded." Chloe nodded, the wisdom of her grandmother sinking in. "Is that what you're doing, Nanny Faye? Looking for faith?" "Yes, my sweet girl. Right now, I'm looking to God to help us find peace and guidance." Nanny Faye's voice trembled slightly, but she pressed on. "You know, it's okay to be scared or sad, but it's also important to keep believing that everything will work out." Chloe reached for Nanny Faye's hand, squeezing it tightly. "I believe in you, Nanny Faye, and I believe in Uncle Todd. He's going to be okay, right?" Her words filled Nanny Faye with warmth, the innocence of childhood shining brightly through her fears. "Yes, Chloe, he will be okay. We just have to have faith and trust that God has a plan for all of us, even if it doesn't make sense right now." As darkness began to settle, Nanny Faye felt a renewed sense of purpose. She knew that she couldn't change the past or the decisions that led to Todd's situation, but she could help her family navigate the storm. She would be their anchor, a source of love and wisdom, encouraging them to hold onto their faith. With Chloe beside her, Nanny Faye began to share stories of resilience and strength from the Bible. She spoke of Job, a man who faced incredible trials yet never lost his faith. As she recounted the tale, her voice grew stronger, the power of the narrative lifting her spirits. Job trusted in God even when everything seemed lost. And in the end, he was rewarded for his faithfulness. We can learn so much from him. Chloe listened intently, her eyes wide with wonder. "So we just have to keep believing, Nanny Faye?" "Yes, darling. No matter what happens, we must keep believing. It's the only way we'll find peace amid the chaos." As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, Nanny Faye felt a sense of calm wash over her. She had always been the matriarch, the glue holding her family together, but now she realized that even the strongest among them needed support. She prayed silently for Todd, asking for strength and wisdom for him during this challenging time. The following days were a blur of emotions, visits, phone calls, and family discussions about what the future would hold. Nanny Faye made it her mission to be present, to lift her family's spirits, and to remind them of the importance of faith. In moments of despair, she would gather everyone for prayer, holding hands and closing her eyes tightly as she spoke words of hope and love. She encouraged her family to share their fears, to voice their worries, and to lean on each other. Nanny Faye reminded them that they were not alone. They had each other, and they had God. With every prayer, she felt a sense of purpose growing within her. Yes, Todd was facing a difficult path, but together they would navigate the challenges ahead. They would emerge stronger, united by love and faith. Nanny Faye understood that faith was not merely about believing. It was about action, love, and support. As she held her family close, she felt an unwavering belief that no matter what, they would face the future together. And in that shared faith, there was hope. A hope that illuminated the darkest of times and reminded them that love was the greatest gift of all.